In the heart of Utah's Uinta Basin, there's a land that's become a hotspot for all things weird and mysterious. This is not just any ranch. This is Skinwalker Ranch, a place where the veil between our world and others seems terrifyingly thin. For centuries, this area, known to the Ute tribe as the Path of the Skinwalker, has been a place of legend and fear, a place where a malevolent, shape-shifting entity is said to roam. But in 1994, the legends took on a terrifying new reality. Terry and Gwen Sherman, looking for a peaceful life, bought the sprawling 512 acre property. They had no idea they were stepping into a nightmare. Almost immediately, the paranormal activity began. It started subtly, with objects moving on their own and strange, disembodied voices echoing through their home. But soon, it escalated. They saw mysterious, basketball-sized orbs of light darting across their fields, seemingly intelligent, observing them. One evening, Terry was walking his dogs when he encountered an enormous wolf, far larger than any he'd ever seen. He fired his rifle at it multiple times, at close range. The bullets seemed to have no effect. The creature simply stared back with an unsettling intelligence before vanishing into the brush. This was just the beginning. The Sherman family endured 2 years of relentless high strangeness. Their prize-winning cattle were found mutilated with surgical precision, with no blood and no tracks around them. Glowing portals seemed to open in the sky, with dark, unidentifiable craft emerging and disappearing. They saw shadowy figures peering through their windows and experienced poltergeist activity so intense it felt like their home was under siege. The constant fear and inexplicable events became too much to bear. In 1996, desperate and terrified, the Shermans sold their ranch. The buyer was not your typical rancher. He was Robert Bigelow, a billionaire aerospace entrepreneur with a deep fascination for the paranormal. Bigelow kicked off the National Institute for Discovery Science, or NIDS, to explore the unknown, and turned Skinwalker Ranch into the world's most unique and perhaps most terrifying scientific laboratory. He assembled a team of highly credentialed scientists, equipped them with state-of-the-art surveillance gear, and tasked them with one mission: to capture definitive proof of the paranormal. The NIDS team spent nearly a decade on the ranch, and what they documented was even stranger than the Shermans' accounts. They recorded massive magnetic field fluctuations, bursts of radio frequencies from unknown sources, and baffling gravitational anomalies. You wouldn't believe it, security cameras would just shut off during the big moments, and all sorts of equipment would act up for no reason at all. Researchers have spotted all sorts of wild stuff, from those classic saucer-shaped UFOs we all know to some seriously bizarre, mind-bending creatures that seem to break the laws of physics. One researcher described seeing a hole open up in the sky, a perfect circle of brilliant blue, through which another sky, completely different from our own, was visible. Another team member, while observing a strange light, suddenly felt his mind being invaded, as if an unseen intelligence was downloading information directly into his brain. It felt almost like the phenomena was teasing us. They dubbed it the Trickster. The ranch totally felt alive, like it knew we were watching and was just having fun with its little experiments. It was like a wild playground. They would see a creature in one field, but by the time they got there, it would be gone, only for another to appear in the spot they had just left. It felt like this endless, super frustrating game of cat and mouse with some mystery entity lurking around. The scientists, men of logic and reason, were confronted with events that shattered their understanding of reality. So many people walked away from the project feeling totally transformed, like they'd met something out of this world. Despite gathering a mountain of incredible data, Bigelow's team was unable to capture the smoking gun evidence he craved. In 2004, the NIDS project was officially disbanded, leaving the mysteries of the ranch unsolved. The ranch had been quiet for years, just a secret kept from everyone. The stories became the stuff of legend, whispered in paranormal forums and documentary films. But the land was definitely alive, buzzing with energy and waiting to awaken. In 2016, a new chapter began. The ranch was purchased by Brandon Fugel, a wealthy real estate tycoon and a lifelong enthusiast of the unexplained. Unlike Bigelow, Fugel decided to open the ranch back up to investigation. But This time, in the full view of the public, he brought in a new team of experts and a television crew, determined to continue the search for answers. Under Fugel's ownership, the strangeness has not only continued, it has intensified. The new team, using even more advanced technology like ground-penetrating radar, drones, and thermal imaging, has documented a host of new phenomena. They have mapped a strange, dense, metallic-like mass buried deep beneath the ranch's central homestead. They've launched rockets into the sky that have recorded bizarre energy spikes and radiation anomalies at specific altitudes. They have captured video of unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, moving in ways that defy conventional aerodynamics, seemingly interacting with their experiments on the ground. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence came when they drilled into a large mesa on the property. As the drill reached a certain depth, the team's equipment began to go haywire. Multiple team members experienced sudden and severe medical issues, including nausea and intense headaches, as if they were being hit with a directed energy beam. It was so severe they had to abandon the experiment. It seems whatever is at Skinwalker Ranch does not want to be disturbed. What's the deal with Skinwalker Ranch? Is it a portal? Or an alien base? The domain of an ancient, supernatural entity, as the Ute legends suggest? Or is it something far stranger? A phenomenon that we don't even have the words to describe. The theories are as varied as the phenomena themselves. Some believe the high concentration of quartz in the ground acts as a sort of energetic conductor. Some folks are saying the area's wild geology might actually tear a hole in space-time. The original Skinwalker legend is this ancient curse that still haunts the land today. It's spooky and fascinating. The one thing that everyone who has spent time there agrees on is that the ranch is alive. It is an intelligent, reactive, and often menacing force. It seems to study those who study it, presenting a different face to each person who dares to look. After all these years and millions of dollars in research, we are no closer to a definitive answer. Skinwalker Ranch remains an enigma, a puzzle box of high strangeness that continues to challenge our most fundamental beliefs about the world around us. It stands as a stark reminder that there are still deep mysteries in this world, and that some places are best left alone. The story of Skinwalker Ranch is far from over. Honestly, it feels like it's just getting started, and there's so much more to uncover. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into one of the world's greatest mysteries. What do you think is happening at Skinwalker Ranch? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If this mystery left you thinking, imagine what's next. Subscribe now and keep searching with forgotten clues.